The first thing I did after being reborn? Grabbed my parents' ashes, showed them off like a trophy, then excitedly pulled out the household registry and had them officially declared dead. Because I knew that box wasn't ashes. It was the Sanlu formula they owed me my whole life. In my past life, my parents racked up over $1 million in debt, then faked their deaths and ran off with my little brother. I was 18, trapped in the house, surrounded by creditors who wouldn't let me leave. I tried calling the cops, but they said it was a civil matter, told us to work it out ourselves and stop bothering the neighbors. With no other options, I planned to sell the house to pay off the debt. But when the creditors dragged me to the real estate office, the agent took one look at my deed and said it was fake. The house had already been transferred to my uncle. On Chinese New Year's Eve, I knelt at my uncle's door, begging him to give the house back. A father's debt is the son's to repay. That's just how it is. We're not obligated to help you. And with that, she slammed the door in my face. Laughter and warmth inside, snow and silence outside. I trudged through the snow back to the house that was no longer mine. On the second day of the new year, the creditors forced me onto a boat, and my life of deep-sea fishing to pay off debt began. Back then, I told myself I was doing the right thing, paying off my dad's debt, so I worked like my life depended on it. 19 hours of work a day, 4 hours of sleep. The last hour for eating, washing up, and bathroom breaks. That went on for 13 years, and I never saw a single cent. The captain paid everything straight to the creditors. For 13 years, I never set foot on land. When the boat docked to unload, they'd just transfer me onto the next one. On New Year's Eve of my 30th year, as the boat pulled into port, I just missed home. I slipped away while the captain wasn't looking and started walking toward home. Years at sea with barely any nutrition had wrecked my body. Joint problems everywhere, and both my neck and lower back were seriously damaged. Dragging my broken body back to the home I hadn't seen in years, I found my long-dead parents and brother, surrounded by relatives, all laughing and celebrating. My sudden appearance shocked everyone. My dad, though, was just flat-out annoyed. "Why aren't you out fishing? What are you doing here?" "You reek of fish. Bro, go take a shower and change before you come back in." My uncle shoved me out the door without a word and slammed it shut. I just stood there, completely lost for a long time, checked every pocket, not a single dollar. I'd walked 50 kilometers from the port. By now, there was a huge hole worn through the sole of my shoe. Watching the snow fall, I quietly sat down by the window. But the laughter and drinking inside, none of that had anything to do with me anymore. A voice drifted through the window. I recognized it. It was the cop the creditors had brought back then. "Qin Xiaolian, what were you thinking? Faking your death, claiming you owed over $1 million and getting your friends to play debt collectors?" It was all because of Qin Shou. That kid was such a troublemaker. Always had to compete with his little brother Qin Fen and everything. When Qin Fen started painting, Qin Shou bought his own books and self-taught. When Qin Fen entered art competitions, Qin Shou secretly signed up too. He's been going after you all these years. You still can't see that? If he hadn't entered that competition, the early admission spot would have gone to Qin Fen. And that's exactly why Qin Fen ended up at some second-rate private art school. But hey, things turned out fine, right? Look at Qin Shou now, he's got a steady job, doesn't he? It's New Year's, and don't bring up that bad omen, it's bad luck. What kind of kid ditches work and sneaks home for the holiday? Total deadbeat. Mom, Dad, everyone. I'll raise my tea like it's wine and toast to all of you, wishing everyone a wonderful new year, good health, and happiness. Hearing all of this, I finally got it. Everything had been a lie. The favorite kid can do no wrong. The unwanted kid can't even breathe right. My whole existence was just to pave the way for Qin Fen. I struggled to my feet and walked out into the blizzard, starving, freezing, completely broken. I collapsed into a snowbank not far from the gate. Just as I was about to freeze to death, a familiar voice suddenly called out, "Ha, figured you'd be out here." I slowly opened my eyes. Qin Fen was standing right in front of me, looking down at me like I was nothing. "Why are you here?" Mom and Dad asked where you were. I told them I'd come look for you. "So you're taking me home? Still this naive?" "Yeah, not happening. Sometimes a dead man is more useful than a living one." "I'll go back and tell them I looked everywhere but couldn't find you. Probably went back to the boat." And with that, I closed my eyes, filled with nothing but hate. After I died, I didn't go to heaven or hell. I just drifted in the world of the living. The next day, someone found my body. My parents rushed over and put on a big show of crying. Meanwhile, Qin Fen stood to the side, filming it all and posting it online. It blew up instantly. After the holiday, my parents rode the wave of public outrage and sued the relevant authorities. A settlement came fast, $200K in compensation. Just like that, Qin Fen had everything he needed for his wedding. At the wedding, my parents and Qin Fen were all smiles. The relatives and the fake creditors drank the night away. Watching all of it, I swore to myself, if I ever got another shot, I'd burn every single one of them. Maybe my rage was so intense it scared the universe, because it actually gave me a second chance. Now my uncle watched me acting all unhinged and looked at me with pure contempt. Then he shouted, "Qin Shou, your parents and your brother are dead." I turned and stared him down. He started to squirm, but he kept it together. "You lose your mind? Your parents and brother are dead." I stepped forward and held out my hand. My uncle froze. "The hell do you want?" "The death certificates. How else do you cremate someone?" I said it like it was the most obvious thing in the world. "They died in a car accident out of town. Anywhere in the country, you need a death certificate before cremation." I held my ground. My uncle was getting seriously pissed at my persistence. They've already been cremated. Where am I supposed to get a death certificate now? Which funeral home did it? Sue's funeral home. They cremated them without a death certificate? Yeah, the bodies were in bad shape. The hearse couldn't store them, so they just went ahead and cremated. My uncle snapped back. I pulled out my phone and started dialing. Seeing how calm I was, he got nervous. Why is this kid so calm today? He's like a completely different person. Chin Show, who are you calling? I didn't even look up. Sue's complaint hotline. Why are you filing a complaint? To report the funeral home. Cremating a body without a death certificate is illegal. Uncle, thanks for that info. Now everyone at that funeral home top to bottom is going to jail, and they'll owe me at least $1 million in emotional damages. When the payout comes through, I'll cut you $200K. My uncle's jaw dropped. He panicked and grabbed my arm. Uncle, what are you doing? This is a serious crime. If anyone can cremate a body without a death certificate, there won't be any more murder cases, just missing persons. My uncle turned pale. He had nothing to say. Finally, he said, "Calm down. Filing random complaints isn't going to help. Let me make a call first." My uncle stepped outside and got on the phone. Any idiot could have guessed he was calling my dad. I wasn't reacting the way they expected. Time to change the plan.